Hello, Internet. It is I, the Malik Aaron, and welcome back to the channel, part 120. I know, it hasn't even been 24 hours since the last canceled episode, but that's just how the news works sometimes. It doesn't stop for no one, especially not me. So the only thing I could do is just try to keep up. Yeah, so you're probably wondering, well, what caused this episode? What made me make this episode so soon after the last one? Well, two things happened actually. The first is what you see on the screen right now. It revolves around the Wicked musical, at least the musical adaptation. Because for the first time ever, and that's a fact by the way, because this has never been done before with a musical has been split into two parts. It's been given the Infinity War Endgame treatment. It's been given the Deathly Hallows treatment. And I guess we can say it's been given the Spider-Verse 2 treatment. Because instead of making just one Wicked movie, they decided to split into two parts. Both parts coming out Christmas 2024 and Christmas 2025. Yeah. Just looking at those release dates, I'm just like, God. I I don't even have like a solid idea where I'm even gonna be by the time these movies come out. And by the time these movies come out, I mean hell, a whole nother presidential election will occur. And maybe even a new president, depending on what happens in the next few years. So yeah, that's crazy. Just thinking about how far those dates are compared to now. So yeah, the thing is, I've been hearing about this Wicked movie for years, at least maybe a decade or so. Like they've been wanting to make this movie so bad, and it just keeps getting pushed back till the end of time. It's just weird. I think this movie actually got sacrificed for Cats. I believe. Like, I think a Wicked movie was supposed to come out in 2019, but then it got moved away, and then they made Cats, which was not the greatest choice. But yeah, and apparently this is going to be directed by John M. Chu, who his last musical he made was In the Heights last year. And you know what? Now that I think about it, I don't know if making a Wicked musical, like if they were gonna make this movie, they should have made it a long time ago because the movie musical is not exactly in a great place right now. I mean, last year we had three straight bombs when it comes to live action musicals. I mean, we had In the Heights, Dear Evan Hansen, West Side Story, all tanked financially. So musicals aren't doing so hot, but maybe by the time these movies come out, it'll be a different story. I don't know. And as Deadline points out, these movies getting broken into two parts have been, blockbuster level YA film, based on books like Deathly Hollows and Mockingjay, and Twilight too. Twilight Breaking Dawn that did the same thing. um, and not to mention movies that are outside of the YA bubble, like Infinity War and Endgame. That was one story told in two movies. And some of you may have forgotten about this, but I haven't. Justice League, that was supposed to be a two-parter as well. First part was 2017, then the second part was 2019. That was the initial plan, but then that plan got scrapped, and well, I don't need to tell you what happened to that movie. We all know what that movie went through and how it all turned out. And now with Across the Spider-Verse and Beyond the Spider-Verse, that's technically one movie split into two parts. So this is just another one of those. And this whole two-part splitting of movies, I thought it died after Allegiant, as it says here. Like they tried to do the same thing with Divergent. They had Allegiant. I think the next one was supposed to be called Ascendant, and that was supposed to be 2017. But Allegiant bombed so bad that it killed the fourth movie, and the whole series was incomplete on the big screen, which is just, man, that was a whole situation. But yeah. So that's what's going on with Wicked, the two-part musical. and I probably won't be talking about it again until like a few years time. So yeah, for anyone who's excited about this, sorry, but you're gonna have to wait a long ass time before you even see it. So that was the first thing. Second thing that happened, well, this actually happened yesterday, but I didn't notice, is a new Sony standalone Spider-Man villain movie in the same vein as like Venom or Morbius. There's another one, El Muerto, I believe that's how you say his name. Who's going to be played by a Bad Bunny, who I do know all about him. He's definitely been getting a lot of attention these last few years. I mean, he was in wrestling. He wrestled at WrestleMania in a high profile match. And then this year, I mean, he's going to be in Bullet Train because I remember I saw him in the trailer. And now he's doing this. So clearly, Sony must like this guy if they're going to put him in this movie. Now, here's the thing, I know absolutely nothing about this character. Like, with most of the Spider-Man villains, I know them to some extent. At least the ones that have been on the big screen. Even some that haven't. I mean, we're talking about Green Goblin, Doc Ock, Venom, Sandman, Lizard, Electro, Rhino, Vulture, Mysterio, Morbius, which I know from the 90s animated show, Craven the Hunter, Black Cat. Like, I know about them. Never heard of this guy in my life. But I guess we're all gonna soon learn about him because this movie's coming out. Where? Okay, here it is, January 12th, 2024. So a little less than 2 years from now. So yeah, and funny enough, the movie that comes before this is Craven the Hunter, and that also comes out in January of next year. So yeah, yeah, and I mean, I don't know what to think. Sony, they make some weird decisions with these Spider-Man movies, but we can't have Spider-Man in them, so we just have them these villains do their own thing movies. It's really strange. I mean, the Venom movies were a huge success, and hell, Venom 3 was teased at the CinemaCon. It doesn't have like a date or anything, but it was teased. Well, obviously it was going to happen because even with the pandemic, Venom Let There Be Carnage made money. So why not make a third movie, right? But Morbius tanked hard. So I don't know if it's a good idea to keep going with this plan, but that's what Sony wants to do. So yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about this as well because I missed it. I missed it initially, but then I realized, oh wait, this has a date, and now I talked about it. So yeah, yeah. So that's what happened today. Well, yesterday and today, technically. So now it's time to play that game. What will happen next? I mean, April's done. May is set in stone. June is set in stone. All these movies. The Black Phone now has a new trailer, so that's definitely set in stone now. There's no more question marks about that. July looks set in stone. I don't see any of these movies going anywhere. August still looks dead as ever. uh, while Bros, that's September. Man from Toronto, that's Netflix. September, well, they fixed that with Puss in Boots in the Mario movie. They've been fixed. But yeah, September, like whatever. October, big old whatever, with the exception of like Black Adam and Halloween Ends, I guess. September, no, not September. November looks fine, I guess. I don't see anything happening with that. December looks a wee bit too crowded. Reminds me a lot of what happened last year, technically, with like, I don't know. This is a lot. I don't know if all these movies are gonna stay, but we'll see what happens. Not to mention all these movies are just up in the air, in the ether, that just, I don't even know. Uh, then we go to 2023. That Craven the Hunter movie, that's next January. And then the rest of these I already talked about yesterday. I don't need to go over them in detail again. 2023 does have a lot of good stuff. A lot of stuff I'm personally interested in. But some stuff that I won't watch either because I don't care or I just straight up refuse to watch the movie. Looking at you, Flash, and looking at you, Aquaman 2. But yeah, at least for the near future, I don't see anything changing. I mean, the movies I talked about, they're like 2024, 2025. They're like way in the future. So when it comes to like the near future, like the next few months, I don't think things will change too much. But I could be wrong. But that's what I feel. That's where I feel like things are at right now. I don't think anything drastic's gonna happen in the near future. So yeah, that's it. That's all. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, share the whole drill. Want to check out more videos like this? Got playlists on the homepage of all previous cancel episodes I made on the channel. There's now 120 of these things. Yesterday, I talked about the Super Mario Brothers animated movie, the one with Chris Pratt as Mario, and Puss in Boots 2, both getting pushed back. So that was like the last episode. So if you want to watch that or any of the other cancel episodes I've done, more than 2 years of content, you can go right ahead. I mean, with these two movies I just talked about, I never talked about them before. So, yay, I guess. I don't. Well, it's kind of good. I talk about different movies. I don't just talk about the same movie over and over and over and over again. I hated that. So at least I'm talking about new stuff. So, yeah. But if you want to watch any of the past canceled episodes I made on the channel, you can go right ahead. There's also box office predictions where I predict box office for movies. This weekend I do Memory, which I know no one really cares about. And that includes me. But then next week, summer movie season starts, and it starts off with a bang with Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Can't wait to talk about that, and I can't wait to watch it either, too. So, yeah, stay tuned for that video. But if you want to watch any of the past prediction videos I made this year, you can go right ahead. There's also box office recaps where I go over the box office results for any particular month. April recap will come out first week of May, right before Doctor Strange 2, so stay tuned for that. But if you want to watch any of the past recap videos I made on the channel, you can go right ahead. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I am out. Goodbye.